Attention. All hands man the rail. All hands man the rail.
I'll let myself get optimistic again, but I'm not sure that I can break the trend. After what could have been but wasn't quite, this could be the start of something right. This could be the start of something. The start of something, yeah. This could be the start of something. The start of something, yeah. All in all, the only thing I've learned is not to lose myself around the sharpest
Excuse me,
turn.
Lieutenant?
Yes.
Here's a young man for Adopt a Sailor.
How you do there, Agent Bree?
I'm not thinking as clearly as I think I should. But this could be the start of something good. This could be the start of something. The start of something, yeah. This could be the start of something. The start of something, yeah. Well, this could be the start of something. The start of something.
Sorry, excuse me. Do you know where the Upper West Side is?
This could be the start of something. The start of something.
West 70th, not East. West 70th, she said.
Yes, sir. Upper West Side, New York City.
New York is a big place.
Yes, sir. It sure is.
You don't have to call me sir.
No, sir. Maybe I should just go out.
No,
and
wait. What else did the lady at the, what is it?
A USO, sir.
Yeah, what did the lady say? Was there a name she gave you?
Oh, yes, sir. Patricia.
Patricia's my wife.
And that's the name on this piece of paper, sir, right here.
What is this about an adoption?
Oh, that's the name of the program. Adopt a Sailor.
And we're what? We're supposed to what? We're supposed to adopt you?
Well, not in an actual way. I believe it's meant more as a figure of speech.
I get that. Yeah.
Like I said, I
No,
can...
wait a minute. My wife will be home any minute. We'll get to the bottom of it. Have a seat.
Are you sure?
Of course. Please, come on in. Let me take your bag.
Oh, thank you.
So what's your pleasure?
Pleasure, sir?
What would you like to drink?
Oh, I'll just have a soda pop.
Soda pop? What kind of sailor are you?
I've never been much of a drinker.
Okay, soda pop it is. Let What's the name of that song again? What do they sing? Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Is that how it goes?
Yes, sir. Anchors away, sir.
It's and the way they spell away, it's traditional English, right? I mean, as I remember, it's non-contemporary nomenclature.
Yes, sir. I believe so, sir.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. So, what are you?
Sir?
What are you? Captain or what?
Oh, not quite, sir.
What do you think about the war?
Sir?
I'm sorry, impolite. But still, what do you think about it?
Well, I suppose I'm sorry about it.
Can you think of anyone who isn't sorry about it?
I suppose not, sir.
Yeah. You know, I see a lot of you sailors around recently. Why is that?
Fleet Week, sir.
Aha. Fleet Week.
Oh, do you play, sir?
Me? Not really. I used to tickle the ivories once in a while, but I haven't in a long time. I did put the automatic player in myself, though. We use it for parties.
Gee, that's great.
Well, you know.
Do you mind if I use the head, sir?
What? Ah, right. Lingo. Come on, I'll show you. Down the hall, to the right.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Is it just me, Richard? Or is there a huge neon blinking red target in the middle of my forehead?
Not that I can make out.
Why is the world trying to kill me then?
Somebody I know have a grumpity grump day?
It's the tone out there. It's dissonant. It's the tone of everyone I come across. How we talk to each other, how we don't, how we look at each other, how we won't. Oh, and my cabbie this morning.
Don't tell me. Let me guess. He made you late for your nail appointment, and he had a name with 6 successive consonants in it. And so you take him and his unpronounceable name as evidence that the world is trying to kill you.
I only wanted to vent, Richard. What's the point of being married if we can't be unattractive to each other?
I thought the point of getting married was to placate your father before he died.
No. No, you're forgetting that's the sentimental reason we leaked to friends. The real reason is because you can't make money and you knew my family had plenty of it. Ring a bell? Hello?
Ma'am?
Richard? Is there something you want to tell me?
It's not what you think, dear.
Well, why is the man from the Cracker Jack box standing in our living room?
Well, he's not from the Cracker Jack box. He's a sailor. And as far as I can make out, we've adopted him.
Oh, no, not tonight. Oh, Susan.
Susan what?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You were speaking about Susan.
She got one of these last year. She got one of these,
Human beings?
no, sailor people, and she had me sign up. I'm so sorry. I cannot believe I forgot this. Will you please forgive me?
Oh, I understand.
Wait, Susan got one of these. What are you talking about?
It's the most adorable thing. You sign up. I'm so sorry. You sign up and you volunteer to, feed them for a night, and you do their laundry, and they show up, and they come to you like they're...
Like they, too, were living, breathing entities.
I know, it's awful the way I'm so sorry.
Look, the least we can do is feed them.
Oh, of course we should.
We'd adopt you, but we'd be awful parents.
We would. You'd starve to death.
I don't mind just catching a hot dog.
A hot dog? Bite your tongue.
We wouldn't think of it.
Let's whip up some chicken.
Great.
I'll go to the market.
Oh, go to Rinaldi's and pick up 6 chicken breasts. Are you hungry?
I could eat a little something, ma'am.
Hey, anything else, fairy princess?
A Chardonnay.
I am off. Wait a minute.
What?
I'm leaving my wife in the company of a sailor who's passing through town.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that, sir.
Hey, why shouldn't he worry? Am I so repellent?
No, I just...
Back in a jiff.
Is something wrong?
Follow me.
Ma'am? Ma'am?
Can you keep a secret, sailor?
Ma'am?
Guest bedroom. Get in here.
He thinks I quit 14 years ago.
Gee, was that right, ma'am?
Get the fan.
What?
There's a fan under the bed. Hold it up for me.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
You know, I think it'd be so much more effective if you turned it on.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I had a grandfather in the Navy.
Is that right, ma'am?
Yeah, you know, I know it's polite, but every time you say ma'am, it's a sword through the heart of my deeply held delusion that I'm still, you know, alive.
Yes, ma'am. I mean,
Forget it. Higher.
what?
Fan, hold it higher.
Yes, ma'am.
First trip to New York?
It is.
What do you think?
Well, it's bigger. Bigger than I thought.
Yeah, you don't come from a big city.
No.
Where do you come from?
A little place outside Little Rock?
Does it have a name?
Well, it's a little embarrassing.
More embarrassing than forgetting dinner?
I think so.
What's the name? I won't laugh.
Turkey scratch.
Say again?
Turkey scratch?
You come from Turkey Scratch, Arkansas?
That's right.
I think Turkey Scratch is a fantastic name.
Why would you say that?
It's got a built-in jerk meter. Only jerks would make fun of it.
Huh.
To the right.
Yes, ma'am.
Think back to all the people since the beginning of your consciousness of actually knowing where you came from. Now think about all the people who laughed at the name of your town, and you tell me if one of them, even one of them, was not a jerk.
Huh. What do you know?
See? Trust me, jerk meters come in handy.
Hand that to me. Top drawer over there.
Ma'am?
There's Banaka in the top drawer. Hand it to me. Thanks. Let's go. Richard? We're good?
What can I get you?
Oh, I'm fine, thanks.
Sit. So married?
I hope to be soon, ma'am.
You're engaged.
Not quite yet, but
Planning stages?
yeah, I guess you could say that.
What's your name?
Emily.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
Oh, yeah, it sure is. I just like saying it. Emily.
How long have you known each other?
Oh, I've known Emily most of my life.
Oh, a hometown sweetheart. That's wonderful. Do you have a picture?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, she's very pretty.
Thank you.
So what are you waiting for?
Well, I suppose just the right time.
Trust me, there is no right time.
Sorry.
You should just ask her. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Well, I was thinking I would just talk to her a little bit first, you know?
What, prepare her or?
Yeah, just to get a little, acquainted with her and stuff.
Well, you do know her, don't you?
Oh, Emily grew up just 3 short blocks from me.
No, I mean you've dated.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I've dated.
No, I mean Emily.
Oh, well, she dated a couple fellas from town, but there was nothing serious there.
No. Now listen to what I'm saying. Have you, yourself, dated Emily?
Not me myself, no.
Oh, well,
I'm just a little shy, is all. I was thinking it'd be better for me to go off and see the world, as they say. I figured after I saw more of the world and stuff, I'd have more to talk to her about.
are you telling me that you've never talked to her?
Not in so many words, no. But I've nodded to her. Toward her. In her general direction.
And you've got that picture of her in your wallet.
Oh, well, she was in my sister's class. I just sort of cut it out of the yearbook.
Uh-huh.
Kind of strange, huh?
Not at all.
Do you have any children, ma'am?
Children? Me? No. No. My artists are my children. I own a gallery downtown.
Well, I'm sorry for asking. I guess it wasn't too polite of me.
Oh, no. Please. I have issues, surely, but not about that.
Issues, ma'am?
It's just an expression. I love children. I think they are indispensable, especially in regard to our need to repopulate the earth every once in a while.
Oh, yes, ma'am, no doubt.
That was a joke.
Oh, yeah, I got that. How did you all meet?
Richard? Well, he was a couple of years ahead of me in college, if you consider being my professor a couple of years ahead of me. He makes films.
Mr. Richard does?
That's right.
Wow, a movie maker.
Oh, well, careful. Richard makes films, not movies. There's a big difference.
What difference is that?
Well, as far as I can tell, movies people want to see. Films, on the other hand, people need to be talked into seeing.
Huh.
Yep. And Richard makes films. And they are, well, they were especially, very provocative. Very exquisite, really. He really has a great talent. And I saw a couple of them in college, and the rest is revisionist history.
Boy, it must be nice.
What's that?
Geez, just all of it. Movies, films, I mean. And college and all that.
Yeah, it was.
I went to El Tony's.
Oh, put it on the counter. Oh, Richard.
What?
Ask him where he's from.
Why?
I want to prove a theory.
Where are you from?
Turkey Scratch, Arkansas.
Works every time. Set the table, Richard.
You mind?
Oh, no, sir.
So, did Patricia by any chance tell you what it is I do?
Yes, sir, you make movies.
Movies.
Film, sir, sorry.
Well, I had an idea for a film today when I was getting the chicken, and you're the inspiration for it.
I am, sir?
Have you, by any chance, ever heard of a film called On the Town?
No, sir.
Well, there's no reason you should, because it's a complete piece of crap. Neo-colonialist, idealistic tripe. Totally manufactured to ease us into the post-war lethargy that has led this nation into every conflict since then.
Gee whiz, one film did all that?
Well, the point is, it's about 3 sailors on the town, running around New York City, bursting into song like complete pansies. I mean, any real sailor would look at it with disdain. You've been in New York a while, right? Have you found yourself bursting into song?
Not that I remember, sir.
Exactly. Well, so my idea is to show the other side of that, the underbelly of it.
The underbelly?
Yeah, the other side, off the town. What do you think?
Well, that sure would be interesting.
Yeah, and I'd want to use non-actors.
Non-actors?
We don't need celebrity pretty boys. I'm talking about real people. Maybe even real sailors.
Gee whiz, really?
Why not?
And the real sailors, they wouldn't be actors.
No, they'd be non-actors.
But they would be non-actors acting, right?
Well, they'd act, but they wouldn't be acting. That's the difference.
I'm not sure.
See, the real sailors would be non-actors in a non-scripted narrative about exactly what it's like to be running around New York at liberty or on leave or whatever you call it.
I see.
Yeah, I just give them parameters, you know? That's a girly bar. That's Times Square. And then we just see what happens.
So you've been making a movie about them?
A movie?
I'm sorry, sir. You would be making... I mean, they would get off the ship, and without them even knowing they were actors, you'd be making a film about them.
You're a little confused.
I am, sir.
So, I'm a filmmaker.
Okay, sir.
Now, say someone points a camera at you, like on the street, and they say, "Hey, sailor, let me take your picture." And you smile. Would you say you're acting naturally?
No, sir.
Right. You're being polite, maybe, but you're not being natural.
No, sir.
That's my point. I point the camera at 3 sailors, non-actors, no script, and no idea about the structure of the narrative until it happens.
Huh. Okay, sir. What is it, sir?
What?
Well, you were saying until it happens. What is it, sir?
Well, it is... Can we at least agree that what's real is what goes on in front of the camera and not behind it? Can we at least agree on that?
Okay, sir.
Okay. And what's not real is all the mishigas that goes on behind the camera where we manufacture what actually exists in front of it. Do you get that distinction?
Yes, I do, sir.
Well, that is why these film school pinheads wind up making cereal commercials for the rest of their lives, because they have no idea. I mean, Why is something, just because it's manufactured, not considered real? And more to the point, why don't colleges teach courses in contradiction?
I'm not sure, sir.
Of course you're not. You haven't been polluted yet. You haven't been to college, have you?
Just 1 or 2 credits, sir.
Stop right there. That's enough. That's all you need. The reason colleges don't teach contradiction is because it would scare the living daylights out of them. Voltaire was the last brilliant light that was able to contradict himself. Intellectual discourse in this country is dead.
Gee whiz, sir. You sure are smart.
No, I'm not. I'm a wanker, dilettante idiot.
Salad time.
Boy, that sure is a pretty dress, man.
Thank you. Shall we?
Is water all right?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Richard, what have you been torturing our poor guest about?
I have an idea for a film.
Oh, is it about the underbelly of something?
Here we go.
Why, yes, ma'am, it is. How did you know that?
She was being sarcastic.
It's a running joke. I hope you like vinaigrette.
Oh, very much. Thank you.
It's a running joke to you. For the one who's slighted, it's a smear.
Richard is addicted to finding the underbelly of everything, especially happiness.
I wouldn't say that.
What's the idea?
Off the town.
Underbelly of on the town.
That's right.
And don't rush to judgment on this one, okay?
Please. That is juvenile even for you. What an awful idea. Are you kidding me? That's the kind of idea some trust fund pothead comes up with after sucking on a bong for 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? What, sailors, right? Let me guess. You follow them around, blah, blah, blah. Our country is one big lie, blah, 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 la, 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 la. What a worthless, stupid, insipid piece of crap idea. Ooh, I forgot the rolls.
Sorry, sir.
She's right. It's a stupid idea.
Oh, my goodness.
I was
Stood for me.
I was waiting for
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Well, can we eat? I don't know about you guys, but I am famished.
Richard.
What? Oh, sorry.
Shh.
Oh, well, I'm sorry.
What are you doing? Stop it.
The salad looks awful good, man.
It's nothing. Please, go ahead and start.
Thank you.
Handsome young sailor. Girl in every port, huh?
Sir?
Well, you're single, aren't you? Travel a lot. I imagine one of the perks must be the chippies you meet.
Are you trying your hand at male bonding, Richard? Because if you are, it's terribly awkward to watch.
He's a young buck out in the world, you know. Hey, does the Navy get you whores, or does it just condone it, or just look the other way?
Richard.
Well, I really wouldn't know about that, sir.
What kind of sailor are you? You don't drink, you don't get whores. Next, you're gonna tell me you're a virgin. What are you, some kind of 20-year-old virgin? What? Well, are you?
Trust me, Richard. You don't have to worry about our friend. He does just fine. He showed me a picture of his girlfriend. His fiancée, actually.
Really? Mm-hmm. Good for you. You young scamp, yeah.
Well, thank you, sir. And thank you, ma'am. I
don't know if Patricia told you, but I've had somewhat It could be called military experience in a way.
Really, sir?
Tell me you're not going where I think you are.
It was boot camp, Patricia.
For filmmakers, you're not actually going to draw a comparison.
We shot things, didn't we? We shot things with our cameras.
Yes, well, it's good to know that if we ever come under attack again, there's an army of slightly overweight metrosexual filmmakers out there ready to leap to our defense.
Well, that's hardly fair.
Provided, of course, the lighting is right.
What are you implying?
I'd just like to call to your attention that once, thousands of years ago, when we used to congregate around a campfire, that everyone had a purpose. There were the hunters and the gatherers. There were the men who protected the camp. There were the women who tended to the children and made sure they didn't roll into the fire. I don't recall reading, however, about the role of the camp intelligentsia, those stout few who used to sit around the perimeter of the camp and posit about the meaning of the campfire, or whether the stars above were proof of a higher power, or whether they were just little balls of blue fire. No, Richard, back then, those individuals were eaten by mountain lions. How do you like your dressing?
Oh, it's very good, thank you, ma'am.
I'm so glad.
Let me see if I got this right. I'm irrelevant because if I were a caveman, I would look at the stars and wonder, instead of chasing down and killing an antelope. Did I get that right?
That isn't what I said.
That's only because you're not honest enough to put it in those terms. In essence, what you're saying is, there's no place for the likes of me because I can't chase down a wild boar.
I fell out of a plane once.
I'm sorry, what? What did you say?
I fell out of a plane?
You mean you jumped out of a plane with a parachute?
No, sir, I didn't have a parachute on.
And the plane was in the air?
Yes, ma'am.
How many feet? How many feet in the air?
Well, they tell me it was almost 5,000 feet, sir.
Is that all you're gonna say?
Oh, I just thought it was an interesting fact, ma'am. I thought it'd be good to bring up as a part of the dinner conversation.
Oh, well, yes, I would say that certainly does qualify as an interesting fact. I'd like to know a little more about it, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, well, it was no big deal. You know, I was just sitting in the back of a C-130 a while back, and it was our fault, really. The Navy has pretty strict rules about how you're supposed to stay latched up in your seat and all that. But Tommy Buffuto, a good buddy of mine from out New Jersey way, well, Tommy just got some other idea in his head, and he just started pummeling me, you know? You know, like climbing up my back, giving me wedgies, the whole 9 yards. And all I remember was him sort of pushing me real hard up against what I thought was the wall. But instead, it turned out to be the little side cargo door. And boom! First thing I know, all I hear is the sound of sucking air. And I just remember Tommy's face looking kind of strange at me because apparently somebody forgot to bolt the little latch back there, and out I went. Boy, that sure was something.
And?
Yes, ma'am?
What happened next?
It's all a little blurry after that. But after I fell through the clouds and started what you might call the free fall, all of it was kind of beautiful and peaceful, to tell you the truth.
Beautiful and peaceful. What happened when you... I mean, how did...
Well, Esperanzo, the doctor from my unit, explained it to me later on. He thinks I ended up not dying because of a combination of things.
And they were?
Well, he said the fact that there was a crosswind and the fact that a couple major tree branches slowed me down just before I hit the ground, and the fact that I landed on a nice soft patch of grass at just the right angle. All worked in my favor, he said.
No doubt.
And plus, he said the fact that I was relaxed going down, that I didn't tense up or try to fall on my feet. You know, he thinks that's what ended up saving me in the end. Well, that and the fact that it rained the night before. I made the crosswind a kind of pillow for myself and just sort of leaned back and enjoyed the view.
But how could you?
The countryside was awful pretty.
But what happened when you hit the ground?
I sat right up. It just so happens that I fell plop right in the middle of the golf course.
They tell me it was between the third and fourth holes, and more than a few golfers were none too pleased that I, what some golfers would call cut in. I just got right up and started walking across the golf course like nothing happened at all. And as it turns out, I did break quite a few bones in my leg and about 40 or 50 in my back and shoulders. But the doctor told me that what they call adrenaline had kicked in by then, and that made it possible for me to just walk across the course and right into the ambulance. One thing I'll never forget is how those ambulance guys just looked at me. They even turned the siren off. And all the while, nobody said a single word. And for days after that, people just sort of stared at me, and some even came up to me and touched me on my arm or my hand or whatever, just for good luck. It was quite an event. You know, come to think of it, it's one of those things I don't think I'll ever forget as long as I live. These tomatoes are delicious, ma'am.
I'm glad you like them. Perhaps Richard can cite a similar experience from his time at film camp. Can you, Richard?
What?
At film camp. No doubt you could cite something similarly adventurous from your time at film camp. You know, the one that took place in Aspen in the springtime. Adam Marriott.
Did you fall out of a plane too, sir?
No, of course not. We took hikes, you know, in the surrounding, I mean, they weren't the smallest mountains in the...
Wow.
You think that was fair?
What?
Doing that?
Doing what? Exactly.
Is anything wrong, sir?
Don't pay any attention to him. That's exactly what he wants. Just focus on your salad.
What?
Just keep your eyes on your salad.
Oh.
Mr. Richards on the floor, man.
Did you hear me? I said don't look.
Oh.
Gee whiz, now he's crumpled up like a baby.
Some new methodology his latest moron therapist has him on. Some regressive something or other bullshit. I had my therapist look into it, and what do you know? It's a total crock.
Mommy.
But he looks so sad.
Of course he does. He's a grown man sucking his thumb and rolling back and forth on the floor.
Gee whiz.
Don't look at him. If you ignore him, it won't give him the narcissistic rush he's craving. Look, how old were you when you joined the Navy?
Oh,
Stay focused on me.
okay. Well, I was.
Was your father in the Navy also?
Oh, no, actually. He.
Answer my question.
I'm sorry. What was it you wanted to know, ma'am?
Richard, would you like some more salad?
No, Patricia. I think I'm gonna get a little air.
Well, maybe I should be the one that goes. We're shipping out real early tomorrow.
No. I'm kind of woozy. I'll be right back.
You're very sweet to act like you're not, freaked out.
I'm not freaked out, ma'am.
And why is that?
Oh, I've been on a ship for 6 months at a time. I've seen a lot of strange things.
As strange as what just happened in there.
Oh, much stranger than that. Say, are you all so mean to him?
Sorry?
Mr. Richard,
Are you all so mean to him?
You think I'm mean to him?
Do you not like him very much?
Well, I think it's a little more complicated than that.
Oh, I'm sure you're right, ma'am.
Although I am curious, why do you think I'm mean to him?
Well, just the way you talk to him. Y'all don't talk as much as sword fight, except with words.
Well, that's a very pointed observation.
Is that right?
That was an inadvertent pun, by the way.
Sorry, ma'am?
Well, you alluded to swords, and I called it a pointed observation.
Oh, that is a very funny pun, yes, ma'am.
Relationships are complicated. We didn't start out like this,
Like how?
Like how we are now. Fetal positions and sword fighting.
no, ma'am.
Part of the pain of a relationship evolving into, devolving into something is being conscious of it at the same time that it's happening. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do. But then, that's part of the pain of living in general, isn't it?
Yes. It is.
That, what you just said, was rather pointed as well.
Yes, ma'am. I suppose every once in a while the pee does find its way into the hole.
We New Yorkers must seem a little strange to you, huh?
Oh, I think y'all are great. A tad, what's that word? Yeah, a tad provincial. But otherwise, I think y'all are first rate.
Wait, did you just call us provincial?
Yes, ma'am, I guess I did. I don't mean any offense. It's just an observation is all.
That's a little bit of a stretch, wouldn't you say?
Why would that be, ma'am?
Well, maybe we're not on the same wavelength when it comes to the definition of provincial.
Geez, maybe we're not.
Well, when I think of someone as being provincial, I think of them as being small-minded, you know, being prejudiced in their views, not being open to differing influences, especially philosophically.
Huh. What do you know? That's how I think of provincial, too.
Oh, is that right?
I guess it all depends on which side of the pot you're pissing in, huh, ma'am?
Yeah. Yeah. What side of the pot, no doubt.
Can I help you there, ma'am?
Oh, you're so sweet. I'm fine.
I want to thank you, ma'am.
For what?
Well, for the way you didn't act all freaked out about my never talking to Emily and all. I know it isn't usual. I suppose I should just keep my mouth shut about it.
Well, we all have our little peccadillos, don't we?
Suppose you're right.
You're a very interesting young man.
Well, I guess I'll take that as a compliment.
Good, because I meant it as one. Do you play the piano?
No, ma'am, sorry.
Well, you do now. Why don't you go put it on and put on something happy, something to get us out of this cerebral funk. I seem to recall selection 8 as being particularly jaunty.
Okay, ma'am.
Oh, no, number 8. Yeah, that's the one. Come on, sailor boy. Let's cut a rug. Yeah.
What did you say about shipping out tomorrow? What does that mean exactly?
Oh, just that I'll be moving along.
Yes, but what does that mean?
Well, we get orders, you know? And I'll be going on my next orders.
That insignia, that medical thing on your shoulder, what does that mean?
Oh, that's my job?
What is your job?
I'm an HM3 man. I just sort of help people out medical-wise.
And where do you help them out?
Well, pretty much anywhere they need it.
Where are your next orders exactly?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to say, ma'am.
You're going where the fighting is, aren't you?
I'm not really supposed to say.
But you are, aren't you? You're going where the fighting is. Oh, my chicken.
Is there a fire? I smell smoke and it's natural
Oh, Richard, zip it. Oh, damn it.
Don't either of you ask me about this. This didn't happen. All right? Do you both understand that? I'm now going to go out and get you something to eat. I could get you Chinese. I could get you anything you want. Hell, I could get you a steak. Just, what'll it be?
Oh, I don't want you to go to any trouble, ma'am.
It's not even an issue. Just tell me what you want.
To tell you the truth, I wouldn't mind some Cocoa Puffs.
Sorry?
Well, Cocoa Puffs? It's a kind of cereal?
Yeah, I'm aware it's a kind of a cereal. I'm talking about dinner.
Well, we can get all that other stuff in the ship, but I haven't had Cocoa Puffs in a while.
Just get him some Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, God, I'm the worst adopt-a mother ever.
Oh, come on.
That's not true, ma'am.
No, it is. Susan took her sailor to Nirvana and got him a 12-course Indian dinner.
Oh, I wouldn't have had fun there, ma'am.
Oh, is there some sort of deluxe Cocoa Puff? Or some sort of special or superior Cocoa Puff I could get you?
I think there's just regular Cocoa Puffs, ma'am.
Just get him some Cocoa Puffs. The kid is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yes, sir.
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Well, sir.
She thinks I quit 14 years ago.
Is that right, sir?
Hey, would you do me a favor? Flap some of those?
Flap, sir?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, yes, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate this.
Oh, no problem, sir.
I owe you an apology.
What for, sir?
I put you in an awkward situation back there. The laying on the ground thing. Sometimes I have to use whatever tools I can.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that, sir.
Did you keep flapping?
Yes, sir.
And that ridiculous idea for a film. I want you to know that unlike most people, I know what an idiot I am.
I don't think you're an idiot, sir.
It's just that sometimes I don't know how much of myself to be.
Yes, sir.
Your generation didn't have that problem, did it?
Not sure which problem you're talking about, sir.
The extent to which you're allowed to be a man, to show you're a man.
Don't recall ever having that particular problem, sir.
Let me ask you something.
Okay, sir.
Flap, please.
Yes, sir.
How much of a man do you allow yourself to be?
I guess I haven't thought about it much, sir.
What I wouldn't give to not think about it much. How do you do that?
I'm afraid it comes naturally to me, sir.
You're so grounded. You think less, you know more. I think more, I know less. An existential farce is my life.
I think you're being a little hard on yourself there, sir.
My father? He was a man's man. Distant, distracted, unforgiving. And totally adored by those on the receiving end of his...
What, sir?
Well, let's just say he wasn't a teddy bear. And leave it at that, shall we?
I'm sorry, sir.
How about your folks? Are they still with us? Please, just a couple more, huh?
Oh, yes, sir. Well, my parents have been married going on 30 years now.
Huh.
They met in kindergarten.
Of course they did. Better go.
Yes, sir.
What happened to my gum? Thank you. Princess? All clear. 30 years, huh? Met in kindergarten. Very fortunate. You know that? I mean, about your parents and your upbringing and everything.
Well, I know that, sir.
Do you really?
Sir?
I mean, I hope you'll forgive me, but I do have reason to wonder.
Wonder what, sir?
Well, in the final analysis, what do we really know about you? You don't drink. You don't buy whores. You stand up for my wife at the table. You pray. You fall out of airplanes and you don't die. And yet you claim, and I believe you mean it, I really do. You claim you understand how lucky you are. My only question is, how? I mean, how can you truly understand how lucky you are if you have nothing to compare to?
Well, I only know what I know, sir.
And of course, you're right. So this is not a criticism. It's not. But things are kind of easy for someone like you, aren't they?
Sir?
I mean, in many ways, the world is constructed around people like you. You are the poster boy for poster boys. I mean, and this sir and gee whiz, and I mean, some of it, let's be honest. I'm sure it comes from a very real place, but some of it has to be an affectation, doesn't it? And I know what I seem like next to you. But don't tell me that you understand. When if this you is you, you couldn't possibly understand. I'm sorry, I have no right to.
No, sir, you're right.
Yeah, would you mind clarifying exactly what I'm right about? Because even I'm a little.
Just about a lot of things, sir.
I have been lucky. And I'm sure sometimes I do act dumber than I am. But I don't mean any disrespect by it. I really don't.
Oh, no, of course you don't. Oh, no. Look, we all do it. We all don the mask.
Is that right, sir?
Of course. Oh, it's like I told you before. It's what goes on behind the camera. That's the pretense. You know, I play roles all the time.
Do you, sir?
Of course. I play so many roles that I sometimes forget on any given day what role I started out with playing in the morning. So that by the time lunchtime comes around, I have inhabited so many characters in my arsenal of selves that I sometimes invite myself to lunch thinking I'm somebody else entirely.
Gee whiz.
I found myself in a restaurant waiting for somebody other than my genuine self to show up and join me, which they never do. Because
Because you're the one that invited yourself to lunch in the first place.
Exactly.
Wait, sir, I feel like my head is going to explode just thinking about that.
What?
I'm sorry, sir.
No, don't apologize. No, enjoy yourself. You should laugh. It's funny. You know, we need the clown. Hey, we need the clown. I can be the clown. I don't mind being the clown. Really, you should laugh.
I'm sorry, sir. I wasn't laughing at you. What's the point? Of course I was laughing at you.
Well, I appreciate the honesty. Here's to honesty.
It's honesty, sir.
Oh, wait, you want some lemon in that?
Okay, sir.
Say, sir, what are your films about?
Well, I suppose if there were an overriding theme, it would be that there is no overriding theme.
Huh. Well, do you make films all day, sir?
No, of course not. All day.
Well, what do you do the rest of the day when you're not making films?
Well, it takes a lot of work to get a project together. You know, you have to establish the, Do you want some pretzels?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Do you make films here?
What do you mean, like here in this physical apartment?
Yes, sir.
No, I have an office in back, but you just did it again, didn't you?
Did what, sir?
That thing where, what we were talking about before, where you act as if you don't know what I'm saying, but in point of fact, it's amazing. You know more than I do about what I'm saying, but you have this ability, you do this thing. I don't know how else to.
I'm not sure I know what you mean, sir.
Well, like right there, you did it again.
No, I really don't
And
know.
again.
I really
And
don't.
again. But I mean it when I say, I thank you for it.
No reason to thank me, sir.
Oh, yes, there is. My wife, who has supported me our entire marriage, she has nothing but contempt for me. Why shouldn't she? I lay on the floor and I suck my thumb when I'm sad. I don't have a job. Don't make any money.
Gee, maybe you're being a little hard on yourself, sir.
No. It's been the elephant in the room for years. Patricia,
Yes, Richard.
I'm getting a job
Why?
because I'm a man.
Uh-huh. I found your Cocoa Puffs, and you, Sailor Boy, were wrong. There are some Cocoa Puffs that are better than others. I found the Cocoa Puffs with a new, improved taste.
Gee, that's great, man. Thanks.
Set a place, Richard.
I want it noted that I'm not setting a place because she told me to. I'm setting a place because it's the right thing to do. Guest of honor.
Thank you, sir.
hope he hasn't been driving you crazy.
Not at all.
Did you mention to him that you're shipping out tomorrow?
We've only got whole, I'm afraid.
That works for me, sir.
Hey, I've been thinking. Stay over tonight.
Sir?
Yes.
We've got an extra room. Tomorrow I'll take you on a real tour of the city.
Richard, his milk.
Oh, sorry. I mean, you know, you'll see something other than those tourist traps. He hasn't been to the Whitney yet.
The Whitney, sir?
What about a Yankee game? Have you been up there yet?
Not yet, sir.
Oh, I have a brand new pair of PJs I haven't used. I haven't opened the box yet.
I can't stay, sir. I'm sorry.
What? It's too late to go back to the ship tonight. We'll drop you off in the morning.
Well, fact is, we're shipping out real early in the morning. I'm gonna have to be moving along.
Oh. Oh, well, that's upsetting.
Yes, sir.
You spent your last night of freedom with us. What an awful quirk of fate for him, wouldn't you say?
What do you mean? You mean you're really shipping out tomorrow? To where exactly?
I can't really say, sir.
You can't really say.
Meaning place I could be killed.
Oh, wait a minute. That's really upsetting.
I have a bone to pick with you.
A bone man?
Yes. I ran into one of your fellow travelers in uniform out there, and I asked him what an HM3 is. That's what you are, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, I asked him what you HM3s do, and he was a tad more forthcoming than you were.
And what do they do?
They do fix scrapes and scratches, and they do tend to everyday medical chores, that's true. But they also go into the field, into the battlefield to be more specific. Though unlike the Marines that they tend to follow into battle, they don't have guns to defend themselves with.
Hey, I don't like the sound of that.
Well, not everyone's deployed onto the field, ma'am.
But that's where you're going, isn't it? That's why you won't give me a straight answer.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. No, I don't like the sound of that. I will not have that. No, I'll write you a note to your commanding officer, person, or your ranking adjutant, commanding general, or something
Richard,
like.
he's not in second grade. We can't write him a note. Though there must be some aspect of this that's negotiable.
Ma'am?
What if we said that Richard needed an assistant?
I don't need an assistant.
I know that. I'm just floating an idea.
Not sure that would make much of a difference.
But why wouldn't it? What? Do you mean to tell me that if we said we were offering you a job that paid 3 or even 4 times more than the Navy pays you, that you wouldn't be released from any contractual agreement you have with them?
I don't think it quite works that way, ma'am.
Are you full?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
I don't mind saying that I find this new turn of events very troubling. Indeed, upsetting. I don't like the reality of it. You know, it gives me a real gut feeling of sadness in my stomach. I'm not in a very secure and safe place right now.
Richard, I swear to God, if I see your thumb go anywhere near your mouth, I'm going to break it off and eat it right in front of you.
You don't have to worry about me, sir. I'll be back before you know it. And then we can go on that tour, because I really do want to see all that stuff you're talking about. You know, the Whitney and all that stuff. That all sounds fun to me. And boy, those Cocoa Puffs sure were good.
I'm glad you like them.
Yes, ma'am, those Cocoa Puffs sure were better than... What's the name of that fancy restaurant?
Nirvana.
Yeah, my Cocoa Puffs sure were better than Nirvana.
There's a confluence here, Patricia.
Please don't.
Conflu what, sir?
A confluence means we're standing in the middle of an intersection of energies. It feels as if events have conspired to compel us to act in accordance with their demands.
Richard.
Okay, you mock if you must. But doesn't it seem obvious? A stranger comes into our home. He comes unawares. On the night, the very night before his impending journey into what? Before he goes where? You realize that millions have gone before you, that it's as old as time itself, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And why? To make what? To kill who? To save what? Huh? Oh, hear that clanging? What is that? It's the sound of metal on metal. It's the ball bearings and the pistons, man. Because what are we but ghosts in the machine? And how are we any less culpable, huh? Adopt a sailor. What is that? I'll tell you what it is. It's the period on the end of a sentence that was written into ancient templates eons and eons ago to keep the unbroken chain of complicity pliable and well-oiled. Cocoa Puffs or chicken? What difference does it make? Trace it back.
You're blathering.
Patricia, it's obvious. A fresh-faced boy sits in our apartment eating Cocoa Puffs, huh? Seems pretty benign until you do a little detective work.
Have we come to the underbelly yet?
He's sent here to have one last bite of the very world he's been indoctrinated into believing that he has to fight and die for. Have some apple pie, kid. Oh, have some ice cream, too. Trace it back. He's born to fight and consume, die, fight, work, consume, die, fight and consume and work and die. And for what? What are you gonna die for, Turkey Scratch?
Shut up, Richard.
It's all right.
Oh, don't worry about Patricia. That's just how people talk when they don't love each other anymore.
Sir?
I just want a clear answer. What are you gonna die for?
Don't answer him.
You don't think that any of this is personal, do you?
No, of course not, sir.
No, it's not you that I'm at odds with.
Oh, of course not. Only everything that he stands for could possibly give his life meaning.
Well, in so many words, yes.
Although he might find that distinction as difficult to fathom as I do.
Well, you'll have to forgive my wife, Patricia, because she doesn't see any connection between an action and the response. Like how everything that's going to hell in a handbasket in the world today doesn't have anything to do with decisions made years and years ago by flinty men in flinty blue suits with red ties. See, philosophically, that's where we diverge.
Oh, yeah, diverge.
My point, Turkey Scratch, you don't have to go.
Who the hell are you to talk to him like that?
A concerned citizen and someone who cares about him.
Oh, bullshit! You don't care about him, you care about you. It's not about him, it's about you. It's not about who he is or his life, it's about you and what you're not.
Who I'm not?
That's right.
You're drunk, Patricia, and you're an embarrassment.
Of course I'm drunk.
How else could I deal with your solipsistic drivel?
You need to put the glass down and get a hold of yourself.
And you need to grow a spine, half-man!
Oh, now name-calling's on the table.
No, Richard, this is how people talk to each other when they don't love each other anymore!
Well, I should just let y'all. You know, I shouldn't have barged in on y'all like this. It wasn't fair to y'all. Because you two are too smart for me. Listen to you is like being at a ping pong match, my head all. I can barely keep up with y'all.
You don't have to go.
Oh.
And hey, you don't have to worry about me dying or nothing. I'm too awful chicken to die. I hear the sound of a pop gun and I'm no G.I. Joe. I can promise you that. So you don't have to. Well, anyway.
Wait.
Here. Take it.
What for, sir?
Just treat yourself.
I can't take money, sir.
So give it to charity. I mean, there's got to be some kind of sailor's charity.
Well, I guess I could give it to the Navy Relief Fund, sir.
Good, give it to them. Just take it for Christ's sake, please.
Okay, they'll get every dollar. Sure is awful generous of you, sir.
Not really.
I wanted you to have something for the road.
Thank you, ma'am.
All I had was some soda crackers and brie, so try to refrigerate it as soon as you can. Do they have refrigerators on the ship?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Good. And there's some Andes mints and a couple of fresh kiwis. God. I'm the worst adopt-a-mother ever.
I think you're a great adopted mother, ma'am.
Wait. You stay a chicken, okay? You promise me you stay a chicken?
I promise, ma'am.
Oh, Emily.
Yes, ma'am.
She has no idea how lucky she is.
I sure do appreciate that, ma'am. I mean, Patricia.